Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading is going to be for the sign of Virgo for the next 4 to 6 weeks. So, put out a Celtic cross spread. I'm just going to check the bottom of the deck first. We have death. Sweeping change is on its way for you. So if you're not in the midst of sweeping change, potentially sweeping change is going to be coming to you. Now, I've just said for the next 4 to 6 weeks, so this is going to be the theme for that time period. It might be more than just the theme, but I'm not sure yet. So let's leave it like that for now. Yeah, or potentially it could be that death is the theme for the next 4 to 6 weeks. I suppose that doesn't have to be an actual death of a person. It could be a death of a pet, or it could be the death of a project, or a marriage, or a relationship. Something's ending and it's bringing in big sweeping change. Right, so at the centre of the reading we have got, this is the situation as is right now, 5 of Cups. This is feeling like there isn't much joy in your life, and that, well, it seems to me, Virgo, that you're not very happy. I mean, there is potential for happiness because we have the 2 of Cups in the background here, but it's like you can't see the way forward to being happy, is how it feels to me. The way forward looks miserable, and that is all you can see. Where in actual fact, there's always hope. There is still hope for a good connection or partnership, friendship, relationship, could be anything like that. This is probably talking about love though. So if the way forward is looking like you have lost some love from somewhere, and it's feeling like you can't see anything good about anything currently, there is still hope. What's crossing this, or what's preventing you from seeing that there is hope, is the fact that everything feels like hard work, I would say. That you're working very hard on stuff on your own. That's what it feels like. I'm going straight to the past position, actually. You could be working on your wealth, or your finances, or you could just be spending quite a lot of time on your own. In the past position, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is the card of knowing your own worth. So we've got 2 cards of worth here. Knowing your own worth and working on your wealth. So it could be that in the past you had to put your foot down over something and make a difficult decision that has potentially left you feeling like you haven't got much to look forward to. The Queen of Pentacles, this is your card actually. This is the Queen of Earth signs. So this is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So this is your card. So knowing your own wealth and sitting in your own power is a good thing, but that for some reason is in the past. And what you have in the future is the happiness card. Now, currently, you're not feeling happy and you've kicked over the 3 cups here. Now, in the future, you're getting those 3 cups back. So if everything's feeling a bit difficult, if everything's feeling like it's all hard work and misery, things are improving. What's crowning the situation is you seeking something else, seeking a different place in the world, a different place in life for yourself. A different place. The word place seems quite important. So potentially you could be thinking of moving place. Or you might be looking for a different placement. So that could be potentially in a job, a new placement in a job, or a new place to live. What else could it be? Also, I feel a bit like placing the emphasis back on you has become a bit of a thing because we've got the card of self-worth. Staking your place. Start staking a claim. There's something about place. So if you're not thinking of moving, job or home, potentially you might suddenly start feeling inspired to move job or home. There's some or you're thinking of replacing something. Maybe replacing one partner for another, replacing old ideas for new ideas. This is the card of expansion and looking out further, broadening your horizons. What's underneath is what is not clear. And I took 3 clarifiers for here. What is underneath is the Leo card. What is underneath is the Sun. This is the card of Leo. So this is what we've just left is Leo season. We're just about, or leaving Leo season. We're just about to move into Virgo season, which is your season after all. So happy birthday for all of you who are having birthdays soon. The Sun is the best card in the deck. So on the face of it, you're in a good position looking at broadening your horizons, working out what you want, where you're going to go, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. What's hidden is a great situation. But that doesn't make any sense to me. So it could be that you might be worried about a child, potentially. Because what is underneath is what is not shown to other people. On the top, everybody can see that you're trying to broaden your horizons or move or expand or something like that. What's not seen is that you're happy. Well, maybe you don't seem happy to other people. Or maybe you've just embarked on something new and you haven't told anybody about it yet. A new love affair or a new job or a new offer has come in and you're playing your cards close to your chest. You're not telling everybody about it yet. Could be that. Because we've got the card of moving forward with it. So potentially you've had some good news that you've not shared with anybody yet. And this card of moving forward, this is the 6 of Swords. This is moving from a position that wasn't terrible, but had been challenging. So it's moving from a challenging situation into something that is a lot easier, I would say. Moving from choppy waters to calm. Everything's a bit easier. It's also guided. You've been assisted somehow to move things into a better position. I took 2 other clarifiers here. We've got the 3 of Coins. This is the card of planning and building something permanent. This feels to me like you're building a new future, but you haven't told anybody about it yet. Because we've also got Fool here. And the Fool speaks of a new journey. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3 cards of potential journeys. And we've also got 2 cards of planning. So you're planning something. You're planning to move a situation forward. But it's not obvious to everybody else. Don't forget the theme was sweeping change as well. And it could be that potentially you've had to do quite a lot of work on yourself in the past in order to get yourself into a position where you can bring about sweeping change. That feels like it could be a thing. And if you have done a lot of work on yourself in the past, then you're going to be getting your rewards in the future. Well, in fact, you're going to be getting your rewards in the future regardless, because this is the card of happiness. So you're going to be very happy. This reading is for the next 4 to 6 weeks. But for some, and actually looking at it now, this is October time for me. There's pumpkins on the ground. So 4 to 6 weeks would take us into October. So that ties in very nicely. But there's also a link with March here. That's why I was stopping before. Something is going to be, I think the sweeping changes are going to be moving in between October and March. So that's like a 6-month period. Yeah. And in fact, actually, the first card we had was 5 of Cups, Cups of Months. So I think you're in a period of change for the next 5 or 6 months, I would say. In the personal position, we have the 10 of Swords. This is also change. It's slightly different from death, but not hugely, you can see. This is the card of feeling resigned to your situation, I think. You're resigned to the fact that you are where you are. It's not that you've had to make your bed and lie in it, but you're in a position or a situation where there's nothing you can do about what's going on and you're resigned to it. It is going to bring in a change and you are ready for it. I feel like there's a but there. But and the but is, I think you might find it painful. So potentially if you're going through some sort of breakup, if it's a breakup that is bringing in change, or sadly, even more sadly, if it's some sort of bereavement that is bringing in change, I think you might find it painful. But you know it's coming and you know you've got to go through this period of this sort of transition period, which is a bit painful. I think so anyway. I might take a clarifier for that. Why do we have the Ten of Swords in the personal position? Well, you've got victory. Interesting. We've got the card of defeat clarified by the card of victory. So it's what I was just saying. It's a situation you know you've got to go through and it's going to be better for you in the end, but it's fairly painful for you currently. You are going to win though. So if you've got some sort of breakup going on and there are legal issues at hand, then I think you're going to win because this is the card of victory. Well, that's good. In the home position, we've got the Hanged Man. It feels like you're on pause and really you are still in the planning stages for the rest of your life. I wonder if some of you don't know you're making changes for the rest of your life yet. You haven't actually started yet or you haven't felt them yet. But I do believe they are coming. The Hanged Man really is gaining wisdom and you're very good at that, Virgos. You'll be looking through all the options and working out what you want to do, paying attention to the fine detail and gaining wisdom on your situation, your home situation. You know, if maybe you're having building work done. Maybe you're moving house. Maybe you've met somebody new and you're planning to set up home together. You're gathering information about this. Both these cards are quite solitary cards, and I think you might be needing time to really assess and work out what is going to be best for you moving forward. I think that's great. I mean, that's ideal, isn't it? That you've got the time and you're taking the time. And even better that you know your own worth. So that means that you're not going to be shafted in some way. You won't be taking anything less than what you're owed. And you're going to be victorious. That is what you're going to get. But there is something that you're planning. Something is in the background, or you've put something on hold, it feels like, because these are all these cards are on hold, really, but you are planning. These cards are not cards of movement. These are planning cards. So you're planning something. I don't think you've told anybody about it, or very few people, even if you know it yourself. You might not be aware that you're about to plan a big change, but I do think a big change is coming in. Most definitely. Because we've got, not only did we have the Ten of Swords, but in the Hopes and Fears position, we've got the Ten of Wands. These are both cards, all three of these cards are cards of endings and potentially new beginnings. The Ten of Wands is slightly different from the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is feeling defeated. Ten of Wands is feeling like, I have had enough and I'm putting this down. It weighs a ton and I cannot carry it anymore. So something has had to come to a natural end because you've had enough of it. So that's in the Hopes and Fears position. So you're hoping that you're going to be able to stop whatever the situation is that you're currently in. Or you're fearing that you're never going to get to the end of it. You are going to get to the end of it. And like I said, it's somewhere around about October. In the next 4 to 6 weeks, I think you're going to get a good outcome in the next 4 to 6 weeks because we've got the card of happiness in the future and the card of victory. And that's personal victory for you. So if you're going through some sort of breakup and you've got, you know, stuff to thrash out, it's going to go well for you. I think you already know that, to be honest. I think you've done your research. and you know it's going to, you know what you want, and you know it's going to go well for you. Just make sure you're fully prepared if you are in any sort of legal situation. The final outcome in the next 4 to 6 weeks is the Wheel of Fortune, which is marvellous. This is also another card of change. It's different from death. Death is a big sweeping change that will sort of, I want to say, draw other people with you. That death is going to sweep through, and it'll take you and all the other people in your household with you on the change, if you like, on the challenge ahead. It's going to sweep through, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's inevitable. Death is an inevitable change. The Wheel of Fortune is slightly different in as much as things are changing and you don't have to do anything about it. It's going to happen regardless, which is similar to death in a way, but this is more like a planned change. So if things are moving on and you've got no control over them, they're just going to happen anyway. This is the card of releasing control, really, because the Wheel of Fortune will keep on turning. And your fortune is going to be good. You're going to have a fortunate outcome. And I know that for an absolute fact, because not only do we have the Wheel of Fortune clarifying it, we have the Wishes Coming True card. And don't forget, we've already had the card of victory. So whatever the situation you're currently in is, things are moving forward. You're planning, and if you're not planning yet, then you soon will be planning to end the dynamic that you're currently in, where it feels a bit like things are on pause. That will be ending in the next 4 to 6 weeks before we get to October, actually, I think. Because by the time we get to October, we've got happiness, we've got victory, we've got wishes coming true. Yeah, wow. This is amazing reading, Virgo. Of course, I can't quite tell you what the situation is, and there's so many of you who will have different situations. But whatever the situation is that you're currently in, you are going to have a very good outcome from it in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Well, that's wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you in the future. If you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.